The viewer has never, unless she happens to be your mother, has never turned on the television for the commentator.
Aguero! Staggering! Just staggering!
Welcome back to Halftime TV. Norando Brown, your host, and like always, we have a very interesting show for you. But before we get into the meat of the matter, let me shout out to my sponsors, Quicklink Shipping. Follow them on Instagram at Quicklink Shipping or email them at quickshipping@gmail.com. RS Sports Store. Follow them on Instagram at RS Sports Store. RS Sports Store. Get in the game. CSA Shop, located in the heart of Mandeville. CSA Shop. Be free, be confident. Follow them on Instagram at CSA Shop or email them at csashop@aol.com. Now right to it. Earlier in the week, I was listening to a Champions League game between Chelsea and Atletico Madrid. Now, for the life of me, this was the worst piece of commentary I've heard in my entire life. On average, I spend roughly 30 or 35 hours watching or listening football weekly. Now, I dedicate my time to it. I appreciate football as a sport, but more importantly, as a package. It's how you feel when you're in the stands, if you're present at the game, or how you feel if you're at home watching it on television. Now, the art of commentary requires a whole lot more effort than we give credit for. Stuart Robson, former Arsenal and West Ham player, was the commentator on the day. It was as if he was paid to criticize the players. Absolutely no one on the day did anything right. And in a game where N'Golo Kante was absolutely monumental, he gave him no credit whatsoever. As a result, at the end of the day, I ended up having to rewatch that match because I wanted to put an actual picture to what he was describing throughout my time listening to the game earlier in the day. Safe to say, it was the complete opposite. And as a result, I've concluded that this was by far the worst piece of commentary I've ever heard in the Champions League. Now, mind you, commentary requires exceptional communication skills, and you should be able to understand your audiences and create an atmosphere that is identical for someone sitting at home watching it on their television and someone in a secluded area in the middle of nowhere listening it on a radio. In addition to the research and preparation that is put into commentary, we also need to appreciate a commentator's ability to react in the moment. The spontaneous use of literature that resonates with us throughout decades. That one moment that never goes away. That one line that sticks with you. Or whenever you hear that commentator's voice, you think back on that moment. There are a lot of very gifted commentators in the world of football as we speak. And even in Jamaica, Donald Oliver, one that I look up to and I admire greatly. He has been doing an extremely wonderful job in his commentary. In 2017, his commentary on the Doncaster Cup final, Rocese versus Clarendon College, was absolutely mesmerizing, put mildly, and I have yet to see anything in Jamaica which replicates or even comes close to it. In the international club scene, Ray Hodgson is one I admire. His similes are profound and they take you in a completely different mindset. Peter Drury, Jim Beglin, Jim Proudfoot and Martin Tyler are also very, very good at their craft. And as a result, they become just as popular as the household names of the footballers who we sit down to watch week in, week out. I'll now play a few clips of some of the most memorable commentary moments in my time watching football.
As an early substitute at Barcelona. Well, as we approach the final episodes of this spellbinding saga to crown the new Premier League kings, Jurgen Klopp will send his Red Dragons out to scorch the St James's Park turf so he can spend another long night on the Iron Throne. But lose, and Liverpool's quest for glory in the north will fizzle out like a Dothraki cavalry charge. Rafa Benitez, you saw him a few moments ago, he's bent the knee to the House St James after he conquered the kingdoms of Europe when he ruled over Anfield. He'll demand the Toon Army stand their ground like Brienne of Tarth and hope that Iosi Stark can produce a late dagger to shatter the hopes of his former club. It's all set on a Saturday night, a packed house. There's Rafa Benitez. Liverpool need to win to go 2 points clear at the top.
Taylor, what do you say? It's a really good ball. It's Shabalala! Goal! Bafana!
An emotional Leonardo Fagati. So much responsibility on his shoulders in particular. He bears the legacy of his father, who died when he was just 3 years old. He actually led the line, did Anthony Fagati, for Rossi's work over the years, scoring goals. And I can just imagine it's so emotional for him to be here at this stage. Huntington with a miss. Rossi's scored goal! It was written in the stars. Leonardo Fagati to his father. An emotional goal, an emotional strike. And the Russians celebrate because they have one hand on the title. The Russians are screaming for the end of this match. They're screaming for a title. They're shouting for the Costa Cup. They're just moments away now. The celebration will take the form of a long line from Montego Bay to Watson Taylor Drive. That is it!
If you appreciate football, you will appreciate these moments that I've just shown you. Commentary is about atmosphere. It is about recreating that same feeling that one feels when you're sitting in the stands. And because you're not able to be there in flesh, commentator's job is to ensure that you're there in spirit. Not to criticize all the players who miscontrol a ball or make a bad pass, but to ensure that you, the viewers at home, enjoy football as an experience rather than just a game. Stuart Robson needs to work on his craft because from where I'm sitting, he's extremely bad at it. As a matter of fact, if he were the last commentator on earth, I'd prefer watching a football game mute. Understand, appreciate, reciprocate, and recreate. That's how commentary should be. And I'm quite sure this is how all the other top commentators view football as an experience as well. Similar to how the media helps to shape how we think, commentary helps to shape our perspective, whether of a specific game or the footballing experience in general. And I think we're spoiled. We're spoiled so much so in a generation where there are so many wonderful commentators that blunders stand out as much as a flamingo stands out among a gaggle of geese. I say this to those who need to hear it. The art of commentary requires expertise, precision, and more importantly, imagination. If you're falling short in any of these categories, we, the viewers, will notice and are noticing. Thanks for tuning in to this week's episode of Halftime. We also go live on Mondays on Instagram to discuss the topics of the previous week. You can follow me on Instagram at j_analyst21 or follow Halftime's Instagram page at HalftimeTv. If you have any comments whatsoever, please leave it in the comment section. Each and every comment is greatly appreciated. And remember, if everyone's opinion was the same, this world would be an extremely boring place. Until next time.